Finality is the moment a transaction is considered to be irreversible and that no block reorg will occur. In practical terms, finality is the time elapsed between the moment a user sends tokens to another user and the moment that other user is able to spend them as he or she wants. On Ethereum, a block is considered to be final, and thus every transaction in the block after 2 epochs have elapsed since its creation. Because each epoch is about 6 minutes long, finality is achieved after about 12 minutes. In the case of Layer 2s, there are 2 types of finalities: Layer 2 finality and Layer 1 finality. Layer 2 finality has weaker security guarantees as it relies on the security of the layer without waiting for Ethereum to secure the transaction. Because all Layer 2s are centralized, this means trusting the operator of the Layer 2 nodes. Layer 1 finality is when the same Layer 2 transaction has been secured by Ethereum, either by using a validity proof, as the case of Starknet and other validity rollups, or by posting transaction data, as the case of optimistic rollups. L1 finality is sometimes referred to as settlement. Layer 1 finality is considered to be trustless, as it now has the full backing of Ethereum. A typical example of when L1 finality is experienced by end users is withdrawing assets from Layer 2 to Layer 1 using a bridge. You won't be able to use the bridge tokens on Ethereum until L1 finality is achieved. In the case of optimistic rollups, this takes a full week. Some optimistic rollups, like Optimism and its derivatives like Base, don't have fraud proofs enabled on mainnet yet, so L1 finality doesn't bring any additional security. For validity rollups like Starknet, Layer 1 finality is achieved when the associated validity proof of a Layer 2 transaction is successfully verified by Ethereum validators. Starknet sends a validity proof every 12 hours to Ethereum for verification. This validity proof attests to the integrity of the computation of all the Layer 2 transactions executed during the 12-hour period. Although L1 finality on Starknet is 12 hours, finality on L2 is only 3 seconds. As mentioned before, L2 finality has weaker security guarantees, but is the finality normally used by apps on the ecosystem. This doesn't mean that blocks are created on Starknet every 3 seconds. As we will see later on, L2 finality of a transaction occurs even before the associated block has been created, as it has become the norm for centralized rollups.